Hi, it's time for another math easy solution. Today we're going to discuss basically some Microsoft Excel 2007 tips. This should save you a lot of time. Actually, I was doing an assignment earlier for one of my classes, and it took me. And I was just getting the wrong results. It was a pretty big Excel program I had to make, and I was wondering why it was all wrong. So it took me like an hour or two to figure out that Excel calculates things differently. So this is kind of messed up. And so this is what I want to illustrate right here. So this -2 squared is equal to bracket -2 squared. So what I mean by this, if you put -2 squared in any calculator, you're going to get -4, and the way it calculates, and if you use Google, etc. So yeah, I just pulled out Google right here. So if you put -2 squared, you're going to get -4 here. So this is what every other calculator does, and it calculates like this. It puts a bracket in there. Yes, I'll just write that down here. So this the way that every other calculator calculates, just like this. So it equals to, yeah. So this is usually done by, well, almost every calculator. So this is the way it does, except in Excel. Yeah, so basically Excel does things differently. So what they do is actually, which I figured out when I was using Excel 2007, it should be the same for all other Excels. So basically, let's say a number like -2 squared, the way that they do it is basically they consider this whole -2 as one number, so they calculate it as this here. So and this would be just 4. So it does not equal to -4 in Excel. So this is a problem that I eventually found out, and my program worked, but it took me a couple hours to figure this out because the calculations I was doing was pretty intense. So and another thing I just want to note before I get to Excel, just to show you, this also equals to, even if you put in -2 squared, even this is equal to bracket -2 squared here, and this also equals to 4 here. So none of these equal to -4. But if you were to put in, let's say, 1 minus 2 squared, then this calculates properly. This is just going to be 1 minus 4, and this is just going to be -3. So this one is correct. This is like usually there's nothing wrong with this, but it's just when you do it by itself here. Yes, if I drag in Excel here, let's just play around with this one. So we'll just go equal -4 or -2 squared. We're going to get 4 here. So yeah, any negative of any number, even if you put in, let's say, let's go with equal -3 squared, you're going to get a 9, a positive 9 here. So as you see, it's messed up here. It's just a -2 squared. Even let's just put this one in as -2 bracket squared. This also gets a 4, which I just said. And then let's just try just a regular. So then if you want to do it by itself, you're gonna have to put in the bracket inside there. I mean, so this is, if you want to calculate regular calculators, you got to put the -2 up, and then you have the power of 2. So now that's the only way you can get -4 in there, is if you put the squared inside the bracket and put the negative outside when you're dealing with Excel here. But like I said before, if you just go 1 minus 2 squared, this should be like that. And also what you could do in this one here, if you put in, let's say, 0 minus this, then you're gonna get it. Yeah, that should be fine. It's 0 minus 4. So yeah, this is all I wanted to point out. This might save you a couple hours, and maybe it might save you a lot of time if this ever comes up, because I usually don't think when I'm typing in like a big equation here, and this was just ridiculous. I would just calculate it like that. I've never known that before. Well, it's a good thing to know. It's all for today. You can download these little notes in the Dropbox link below. Hopefully you learned about this, and keep this in mind. All calculators do this. Excel puts the bracket, it assumes there's a bracket on top, and then it just gives you a positive number. Well, that's all for today. Hopefully you learned, and yeah, stay tuned for another math easy solution.